I got
Stay
into
still.
gigs, and guess what I had to do?
Oh.
And some lady was coming out, and she said, "You don't want to go. I don't think you want to go in there." I'm like, "I can't hold it. I wouldn't go in there, but I can't."
Oh, my gosh.
I was waiting and holding, and then, oh, man. I think I lost 5 or 10 pounds.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we are happy to have you along. And I hope you're having a good day, a good week, and all that good stuff.
Jazz.
All that jazz.
Welcome to fall.
Welcome to fall. Yeah, we're into fall. We're into it now because it's October.
Yeah.
So I got a couple things we're going to discuss and a couple things that we probably won't even get to, but I was going to do some weird dating requirements that people have.
Oh, yes. I would like to hear those.
So we'll do that. And also I was going to, I think I've only flown twice in my life, maybe 3 times. I have, let's see, I've flown, well, first one was White, took me up in a little plane because I'd never been in a plane before. So he was a pilot. He was a teacher. And so he took me up in the air. And then I was trying to think, did I go to Atlanta first? And then we went to Florida on the plane, or was it vice versa? I couldn't remember because I went to it as the second. One of those was the second time. But how would you like to be on a plane? Here's what I'm getting to. So we've been on a plane. Both have been relatively, the flight I was on with you, no issues with Sherry, no problems. But how would you like to be on a plane and for 13 hours? Okay, you got to add that, 13 hours. And sitting beside or behind a drooling, farting dog. Think about that for a second.
That would not be good.
Well,
especially
people
when
weren't
Rigby
happy.
has gas and it's really stinky.
The people were not happy. They want their money
back.
And I think they did give them like $1,400 a piece.
Really?
For their flight because of the drooling, farting dog that they had to be.
Someone took their dog on the flight?
Someone had the dog on the flight.
Was
yes.
it a secure whatever dog?
One of those
like
not special needs. What's it called?
Yeah.
Whatever. What is it called? There's a name for it. And see what I mean? This is the gray hairs that I have that are I want to
call it a security dog, but that's
not it. It's a where's my phone? I'll have to look up. What do they call that? Oh man, there's people out there yelling at us right now saying it's this. And I don't know. I don't even know how to.
Yeah, because, blind people, they need a seeing eye dog, too. They were always allowed to go with them, weren't they? But now they have them for comfort and everything.
Yeah, I was going to say comfort. That's not it either. Well, I don't even know how to look that up, so I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, so
it'll come to us when we don't need it.
Yeah, well, there's people yelling at us, and we'll hear about it, and that's all right. Put it in the comments, and I'll figure it out later.
Mm-hmm.
But so, how would you like to be on a plane with a farting dog drooling at the same time?
And
just kind of look over.
had it bad. Ooh, it's nasty, and the other dogs too. When they have it bad, it's.
Now I wanted to ask you if you
I like when the dog cuts when they puts his nose in there and he looks at you like you did it.
I might have to go to Target and get these macaroni and cheese gummies, Oscar Mayer wiener gummy.
Yuck, that sounds gross.
I think we'll have to get some of those.
That sounds gross.
It's the Oscar Mayer hot dogs and Clausen pickles gummy candies. Here's a picture of them. What do you think? You think we should try that on a podcast and have Zach and Sarah try them and not tell them what it is?
Yeah, they'll be thinking it's candy, and then,
see if they can figure out hopefully they'll eat the whole bag and they'll like it, because if they don't like it,
You're stuck
we're
with them.
going to be stuck with it. So I wanted to ask you if you knew what these were. I might have to try and put a picture of this on the website. So I made a picture of these. Do you remember these called Jorts? Jorts. Do you remember those?
No.
Apparently they're coming back in style. They are
They look like Bermuda shorts.
Gen Z. Yeah, if you want, can you just here? I was gonna say, can you try and describe what
them.
they are?
They're like Bermuda shorts or jeans cut off above the knee, but they're longer than your shorts.
Yeah,
they're fringy.
They're longer than shorts, and they sit below the knee or just above, and are very baggy.
Yeah, and they're baggier than your Bermuda shorts.
They're coming back. That you want to be in style, Terry. There you go, Jorts.
No, I'm not wearing them.
If you're out and about and you have a pair of jeans that maybe
you most likely will not see me in them. I will be in Bermudas or my shorts, mainly my shorts.
They're cut off. If you have jeans that are, see, these are short. I don't know why they have a picture of those.
Those are
just shorts.
Those are the kind I've always worn.
Yeah, they're very, I don't know if I'll say butt hugging, but yeah, they're not.
Your butt hangs out if you've got cheeks in the back.
If you've got some cheeks.
If you've got some cheeks, they're.
Well, which one would you wear if you had to choose?
I would wear the shorts.
The short shorts. Well, anyway, jorts are coming back, ladies. If you like I said, if you want to be in style.
I do own a couple of pair of Bermuda shorts.
You have longer
but
shorts.
A lot of times I cuff them up and roll them like they're shorts too. So
yeah. So I just wanted to.
I wear them a little bit longer, but not. But the other day it was cold out. Remember, I put the longer shorts on because it was 50, 60 degrees.
Well, that's
it
what
was
we're
supposed to
for.
get up to 70.
And the pool's not closed.
I know.
And here we are in a very gray.
But by the time this runs, the pool will be closed, won't it?
Yes. No, actually, no. No. Oh, yes, it will.
It'll be
yes, it will.
Right around the
It's
time.
right after.
Right, yeah, right around the time.
Should be right after. But, I'm trying to, Terry started this. I don't know if I might. I don't know. You had me laughing.
I was hoping it would be nice enough for me to go down to the pool and read a book.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, again, this is going to be aired after, but next week, this is no lie, next week, it's going to be close to 80 for 4 or 5 days before we close the pool.
Oh, well, if I even get one or two of those days down by the pool with a book, I will be happy.
It starts this Saturday and Sunday, and then it goes even warmer Monday through Wednesday, Thursday, and then we can close her up. Because I'm sure that should be.
Yeah, at the end of
They don't turn 90. That'd be my luck. But I'm trying to decide whether you had me before we started the podcast. Terry went to Gabe's because she had a coupon, but she had to use the bathroom. And someone told you not to use the bathroom?
Yeah, it stunk in there really bad. I don't know if someone crapped all over and they cleaned it because it smelled like someone pooped in there all over the floor. And
that's what they
then
do.
It smelled like disinfectant on top of it. She goes, they tried to spray something in there, but it still stinks.
Oh, this wasn't an
really
employee.
bad.
This was another.
No, it was someone coming
fellow
out.
shopper.
She goes, you don't want to go in there. And I said, I know I don't want to, but I got to go.
There's something about Gabe's. It's
no,
a
it's
laxative
shopping
for Terry.
at all. It's shopping.
Well,
anyhow.
it's Gabe's and Sam's. Yeah, we talk about this a lot.
When I was looking for things, and I didn't even look at anything but toddlers today. I didn't look at anything.
I noticed that you brought a lot of clothes home for Fenn and no Beckett.
I might
clothes.
go back for that little pair of dinosaur pants for Beckett. I have another coupon, but I have to spend another $25.
Remember, you're retiring. Okay,
I know.
Remember that. We're on a
but we're
budget
going to
now.
spend money on kids for Christmas and stuff.
Christmas.
Anyhow.
Oh,
they had all kinds of toys. That's why I kind of want you to go with me.
We want to talk about Christmas because there was some. I'll have to find the paperwork, but maybe we'll do that as we get closer, a little bit closer. But we'll talk about presents that people couldn't believe they got. Like the worst presents ever. Things you wouldn't think would. Why would you associate certain? Like I wouldn't get you a bag of grass seed for Christmas. Or maybe I would. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know if we just built a house and we really needed it. We really needed a seed in the spring.
Yeah.
Maybe we would.
Yeah, that's true. Everything's expensive.
You want a nice yard? Here's your
Right.
nice yard. I'm not paying no one to come put turf
Merry
down.
Christmas. Here's some grass seed.
Yeah, because I'm not putting turf down for you. Here's your grass seed. Yeah.
I'd like to do turf, not have to cut grass. I'm about done cutting. I'm about over cutting. But then again, I don't want to shovel either, though.
This is true.
And then we have a big decision. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, that we got an email about my truck that I ordered. And wouldn't you know it, Terry retires and they decide to build the truck coming up in a couple weeks. Although I've been reading that it takes, once they build it, it still takes like 60 to 90 days to even get it wherever it's going, which actually would not be a bad thing.
No, because then it'd be after January.
It'd be after January, but hopefully, well, I'll tell you, I don't know, folks, if you go and bought a car, interest rates are a killer.
Yep.
We may have to turn this thing down. We might not be able to do it. I'm starting to think that might not be in our budget.
We can do it.
Terry, I have a question for you.
We used to do a big house payment,
Yeah,
and I had to budget everything right down to the penny.
I know budgeting. Just, wouldn't you just like to, I mean, I don't,
When I stayed home with my kids, that's how we lived.
I want to, it's not like I want to hit millions, but wouldn't you just like to be comfortable? You know, just do things.
Yeah, just not have to worry that you spent $20 at Gabe's today.
Right, which you did not spend $20 at Gabe's today.
Oh, I spent more.
That's what I mean. That's what I meant. Yeah,
But
you did not
I
spend
didn't buy
$20.
one thing for myself, though.
I know. It's for the kids. That's what we do it for. Just let the kids know that there's not going to be anything left when we're gone.
Yeah.
There might be some bills, but there might not be anything left, but you might have to pay some bills.
Well, hopefully we'll have this house paid off.
Yeah, hopefully by that time, but it's
So if no one wants it, they could sell it and split it 3 ways.
Technically, the house is really
the house like
is
this
paid off.
There was a house like this without the addition. And whenever I was looking at the houses, what was that, last week?
Yeah.
$315,000 without the addition and no nice double lot and pool. So
What are you
what's ours
saying?
worth?
I don't know. Should we sell?
No.
And
I like our little dead end lot.
yeah,
I mean, we are in town, but we don't seem like we're in town because we don't get a lot of traffic in front because we're on a dead end.
no, we're no. I love.
We have
The neighborhood thing.
the two people across the street is all the traffic.
Well, Finn
we
runs
get.
the street, and I don't have to worry really about him.
No, because
there's
we
not-
have two people
there's no
across
traffic.
the street.
There's really not a lot of traffic. Yeah, it's nice. I've always liked we've seen other houses that are nice homes, but they're on the corner of a very busy, like that house that's right down here off of North Main. And
Yes, it
is
looks
that
like it might be a
Colonial or-
nice, Colonial Heights.
it's
or
right on the
something.
corner, and it looks like a nice home, but it's right on the corner of one of the busiest intersections. I mean, it's the Main Street, North Main Street. It's just not a great place, but they'll sell. I mean, somebody will put up with it and have to try and pull out or try to get into their house without getting rear-ended. But I think that's one of the things when RJ moved. I mean, he wanted to be in Pittsburgh, so there's not a lot of.
Yeah, and before he was on Sarah Street down by the Strip, and you could park 2 or 3 blocks away and have to walk to his apartment.
Yeah.
And you didn't even see. So if someone keyed your cars, it was 2 blocks away. You didn't even know they were,
Yeah, it's yeah. But God bless people who want to live in Pittsburgh. That's just not my thing.
So they were so happy to have parking right by their house. They have a pull off in front of their house. They have a garage, and you can pull off in front of the garage also,
Right.
down over the hill. So it's just, they were just happy to have enough places to park 3 cars when they moved there.
Yeah, this
Really
is true.
4. You could have, 4.
If you had your last meal, say it was your last meal, and God forbid it is, what would be your very last meal? If you knew, oh, this is it, time is up, and you wanted one last meal, what would be your go-to meal? I've thought about this. I couldn't come up with a definitive, because I wanted
There's
something.
so many of them that are good.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted something. It's weird because I wouldn't call us connoisseurs.
I
It's not
my
like
pizza.
we like, yeah, I know, but I don't know. Would that be our final meal? I mean, it might be, depending on what day.
I like the
comes to
stromboli, and you
calling.
put bacon in. You put just what you want in it.
You want pineapple and
Well,
your pineapple, bacon, ham. You guys and your pineapple on a pizza. See, I wouldn't mind
Hawaiian.
big stromboli. I mean, would I want that to be my last meal? I'll tell you what really got me was my grandmother's, either one,
Ravioli.
spaghetti. My grandmother's homemade sauce, her homemade noodles. Oh my gosh, my mouth's watering right now just thinking about it. But unless you could replicate it, I don't even know. We've tried, but that would be a good meal for me. I'm talking about for me. But I couldn't think of anything. I thought that's so lame. There's probably people out
Not a
there
big
that would
steak,
have
not a big
Peking duck
How
or
about a big T-bone steak?
I don't know. You didn't ever say what yours would be.
Something with bacon on it. No, I don't know.
Oh, God. Bacon and peanut butter. Something with bacon
Or
and peanut butter on
Ooh,
it.
Yeah. Yeah, some kind of dessert would
That
be.
doesn't
The
even-
dessert would really be
Well,
good.
I think you have to see. Here's the thing: if we're going to do a meal, then you got to do the dessert too. So we've had our share of some pretty good desserts.
I'm going to try that cookie brownie thing.
Now, the one you showed me on the
Pinterest or
Facebook
something,
thing or
yeah.
whatever. I think if I had to, I'm trying to get the dessert. Remember I'm trying to think what kind of cake it was. It wasn't a cake. It was one of those, we just had it. It was like really rich, peanut butter, chocolatey, but it was in a, I can't.
The Little Debbie's things?
No.
Like wafers?
No. We had it at a restaurant and we shared it. I thought, boy, is this rich.
Oh, and it was a good thing we shared it because it was so rich. Oh,
But I can't think what it's called.
Was it a cookies cheesecake? or
Cheesecake.
something?
That's what I'm trying. It was a cheesecake.
But it was, yeah.
Man, my brain is mush.
Was
mush.
it like a cookies cheesecake or was it?
Well, I know the one time we did this, I think it was peanut butter. It was a peanut butter type.
Oh, it was the peanut butter
and
pieces in it.
Oh, it was good.
Like with the Reese's.
So I'd have to have some type of a dessert. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. I just thought of it. Is the Eden Park with the ice cream.
Oh, sticky buns.
Sticky buns. Nothing like going out with sticky buns, Terry. It's the only way to go.
Yeah.
If you're going to go out, leave the world with sticky buns. It would be probably something Italian. I don't know about steak. I don't know if I want to do steak as my last meal. I don't know. I don't even know why I thought about last meals. Hey,
I'm trying to think. There's a lot of them I really like.
You got a garlic press just recently. Something new, right?
Yeah, it's not really a press. It like chops and dices.
Okay, well, whatever. So it's not the same thing as that silver. That's more of a press.
That's a press. It presses it through.
Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, you do something to it before you
Well, the reason I'm saying
put it
garlic.
in your food.
So are you eating a lot of garlic? Do you have garlic breath? I have a natural way of fixing the garlic breath.
Oh,
This is it. And this is good for you. You're going to like this. This is perfect for you.
mint.
So if you have, you would think mint would work. So if you have garlic breath, say you're eating something that's garlicky and you're on their first date and you don't, you want to lay one on the person, but you have garlic breath and they might be like, like put the cross and
Yes.
up. So all you got to do is eat natural yogurt. Yogurt, 99% effective at reducing the odor-producing compound. There you go.
Oh.
Yogurt, natural yogurt. So just carry it somewhere in your, purse. Some yogurt. If you're having something with
Garlicky. You have some yogurt to go with that.
apparently the researchers discovered that proteins found in whole milk plain yogurt apparently neutralizes the sulfur-based compounds that cause the smell of the garlic.
Oh.
So if you got garlic breath and you want to,
Get rid
natural, I mean, unless the restaurant has some yogurt,
Yeah.
you can just put that on the side. That way you don't have to worry about stinking up the other person. So there you go.
Turning them off.
If you haven't done so already, if you're lucky enough to, keep things going, then you're good to go. Hey, do you remember any slang? Use any slang back in the day?
No.
I saw this. They were talking about
like yins.
Yeah, like they would talk about, like for instance, we are I am Gen X. That's 1965, 1980. You are a baby boomer, 1964. So that goes from 1946 to 64. You are a boomer. I am a Gen X. So back in the day, we had slang. Do you remember any of the slang you used to use? Some of this I don't remember, like FOMO. FOMO is supposed to be Pennsylvania's go-to slang word. It's FOMO. Hawaii, let's see, Hawaii is chill. But they were talking about different words. And I'm trying to find the paper, and it's not here. That had the actual words that we used back in the day, some slang that we used. And some people, the problem is boomers are struggling to understand what their children and grandchildren are saying. Because nowadays now they just use just letters, LOL,
IDK.
TMH. No, TMH, not T. That's
IDK.
SMH. IDK, I don't know. See, we talked about this last week, SMH. We did this last week because I didn't know what it was either. Aren't you watching what I'm doing? What am I doing?
You're shaking your head.
Shake my head.
Shake my head.
So they would say something that would can seem weird, and they would say SMH.
Shake my head.
Yeah. But I can't find my baby boomers said they often struggle to understand their children. Gen X has difficulty understanding their coworkers. Millennials have a deliberately adopted slang to fit in with younger coworkers, and nearly 1 in 4 Gen Z said they often struggle to understand older. So some of the words people like back in the day, like baby boomers would say bummer. You ever say that's a bummer? Mm-hmm. Mellow, that's mellow. I've used these.
Cool.
Wannabe. Wannabe is another slang word by generation. Gen X, like me, is chill, man. You just need to chill. Or lame. That's lame.
Awesome. I remember awesome going through at some point.
Yeah, awesome's not on here, but I know awesome was one of them. Bummer, see, bummer carries on. It went from baby boomers right into Gen X.
Okay.
So we're only a year, not even a year. Well, you and I are
not
quite a year apart. Millennials are OMG.
OMG.
Chill and lame, which is the same as
Look.
Gen X. You got a hole in your sock. Yeah, you sure do. And Gen Z like selfie. That's the word they use, the slang. OMG and ghosted. Some people are getting ghosted. Words people would like to come back in style. Baby boomers would like to see far out.
Far out.
Come back in. Peace out, which you've said sometimes on the air.
Thanks to Penny.
And bummer.
Kudos.
Gen X, right on.
Right on.
They want to see right on come back in. Or groovy.
That's from the 70s.
That's real groovy.
Real groovy from the 70s.
That's Gen X. and epic.
Epic.
It's so epic. And then you have the millennials that want to see cool cat come back in. And here's a good one that my kids would love, cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
They want to see that come back in as their slang. And talk to the hand. I'm out of style.
Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening.
Because sometimes I still use that one. Gen Z wants to say,
What
see
page
YOLO.
are you on?
YOLO.
What page are you
Yeah,
on?
what page are you on? I've used that one. Rad and what's up? They want to see that. And then some words they want to see go out of style, woke, Gucci, and sheesh. Remember when you used to use sheesh?
Yeesh.
Thirsty, clap back, and stay as Gen X's words. They going out of style. Millennials stay, sus, and clout. I don't know. But some of these words, I have used bummer. But lately I haven't been using, I need to start using these words, to be honest with you. My vocabulary has gotten really bad lately. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes we say things we shouldn't be saying. The vintage, I know what I wanted to ask you. So that's some of the slang. Here we go. Before we take a break, and then we'll come back with dating requirements. When you're awake, how often do you go commando? Always, often, sometimes, rarely, never, prefer not to say. So if you're awake, ladies and gentlemen, and you need to get a glass of water, and maybe you sleep naked, I don't know. It's whatever floats your boat. But if you if you're, of course, no, I got to be
How
careful.
often do I go commando?
Yeah, how often do you
Braun
go?
requests it daily.
I'd say you are sometimes more than rarely. You're more sometimes.
Well, and then when you're home in the
Only
summer and I'm wearing exercise pants, always.
Always. Always is 7%. Often is 10%. Sometimes 18%.
Yeah, that's probably.
Never, even like in your own home, if you're just walking through the house to get something to drink, I guess it depends on if you have company, is 40%. Prefer not to say 6%. Like, I'd rather not say. So if you're walking around commando.
Sometimes.
There's times you just in a hurry. Got to get the mail. Well, I'm just hoping I don't get to the point where I forget to put the pants on. That's the issue, as my brain is turning into mush anymore. Just mush. Have you ever? Now you worked you had your own little cubby and you had your own heater, but apparently a lot of people disagree over office temperature. I believe this.
Oh, yeah, because guys wear suits sometimes, and they're got a shirt
And they're
and
warmer
a suit
than,
jacket.
yeah.
And then, women.
2 in 5 employees have disagreed with a colleague over temperature in their office. Did we read this?
I don't know.
I think I did this one.
I don't think
The
so.
exact number is 42%. 42% of workers have disagreed with the office temp. 41 thought it was too cold. 36 said it was too warm. You're never going to please everybody anyway. On office temp, I can barely
It was cold
please
in our
anybody
building.
here in our house, let alone somebody. They're always too cold or they're too hot. We got to turn the water bed up. We just did that. Turn the temperature up.
It felt good.
There's a way to turn the heat up in the bed if you really wanted to. You're going to light a fire. It could be epic. Epic. This woman wanted to know if this is a red flag, and then we're going to take a break. You ready? A woman shared on Reddit a discussion. She said she's been seeing this guy for 7 months. He said he's the most caring, kind, funniest man she's ever been with. And they moved in together in their own place. It's been about 2 months, and everything's been going really well. But then he asked one day if she would download Life 360. And that is an app. And that app is so he can know where she is at all times when she leaves the house. So she said, I don't think I like that idea. but he kept pushing it. And eventually started to cry while saying things like, I know you're going to cheat on me. It wasn't just a few tears either. He was full on blubbering. Now, she said she ended up downloading the app because she felt bad, and he thanked me. But she says, I feel a little weird, but do I trust him? So if I were to say to you, Terry,
well, then you download it too, so I know where you are all the time too.
Well, yeah, I think it should be mutual.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't say that to him. It didn't say that.
Well, she didn't say whether she did or not. But I would think, but first of all, just to ask somebody, you either trust that person or you don't. Right? Bottom line. If you've been together,
and you
a couple
could leave
months.
your phone in the car at Walmart and get in someone else's car and go have an affair.
You could. There's a lot of ways to get around certain things. But I think shouldn't you be, you told me you were going to Gabe's. It wasn't, you babysat today and then you decided to go to Gabe's. But it wasn't like, you're off. You do what you need to do. If I don't trust you, then that's really on me. If you give me a reason not to trust you,
then it's on me.
She didn't act like she gave him any reason not to trust her. So I'm not sure why he needed the app, but full on blubbering. Was he really worried that?
Yeah, that's a red flag to me.
I think that's a giant red flag.
Mm-hmm. So. Either he's controlling or he's a cheater.
Well, it's funny how it went 2 months and it didn't bother him, but then all of a sudden, what changed? I mean, here's the thing. They weren't living together for the first
7 months.
Whatever they were together. So they moved in together. And then it changed because he knew she was going to cheat on him. How did you know that? What was the reason?
Someone
It's just weird.
Tell him that he saw her someplace?
It's a weird thing to... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's got some spies out there, but I just think it's a red flag, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Especially the crying over it.
That would be a turnoff, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They were talking about how men are attractive.
Yeah, that would be
if I'm blubbering, you're going to cheat on me.
You're blubbering, you're going to cheat on me. I'm like, why am I with you?
Yeah.
You're bawling like a baby.
You're a big wussy.
Yeah.
Grow up, be a man. Here, let me get your balls out of my purse and give them back to you. You need them. You need them more than I do.
You need them, and I'm out of here.
When we come back, we're going to talk about one thing from childhood you'd like to maybe have back. A thing or something that meant something to you. We'll also talk about things parents miss about life before kids, and we'll finish up with people and their weirdest dating requirements. That's next. So you want to start a podcast, maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun, and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. And it is a lot of fun, just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. All you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players. And you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter. And they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. So if Terry, your childhood, you had a, I don't want to say a rough childhood. You didn't have you had things just like everybody else.
Yeah.
There's always things in your life. But they started this thing on Facebook, and they said if you could receive a box in the mail that included one thing from your childhood, what would you want it to be? So you think about that for a second, because what is it that really, I don't know, made you feel safe?
We used to watch Saturday morning cartoons every Saturday morning.
So you want a box of
cartoons? I don't know. Then we played rat
CD
towel
or
fights. We played
DVD
rat towel fights, and my brothers were bigger than me, and I took them on with a towel. That's the main thing I remember doing. Mom
just hitting each other
Mom
with.
would try to sleep, and we would, yeah. Well, we would argue about which cartoons to watch, and then we would rat towel fight.
With the bath towels or any towel.
Any towel you get your hand on.
Okie dokie.
Whatever was as close. If it was on and over, in the kitchen or whatever. You have to fold it a certain way and roll it so it snaps. And
you didn't have a favorite toy that meant something to you, or
I had.
What was that stuffed animal that was really long?
I had a me doll.
Snake.
It was an alligator. I made that in middle school, so it wasn't real childhood.
Oh, okay.
But I had a Mia doll when I was little. But I had some Barbies. I wasn't really into dolls that much, though. I was more of a tomboy.
I was just trying to think of something back. We had a lot of wiffle ball games. We played. I mean, our neighborhood was great. I mean, that's where my mom still lives, and there were kids everywhere. I remember we moved in there in 1970. 1970. Oh, I said it, and when you said Senior Citizen Day today, and we got a discount.
Oh, yeah, we did.
On top of the fact that you had a coupon, it made me really think, man, where did it go? I'm getting off subject, but where did time go? I mean, you see our kids, they're having kids, and we're trying to help and play with our grandkids, and I love my grandkids, but I will tell you that when they go home, I'm exhausted. And I love every second of being with them, but I'm trying to stay young. But
Fens took my shoe today, so I wouldn't.
He didn't want you to go.
Mm-mm.
That's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was the Tuesday we went, and
he put his
he was
head
at
down.
He was at the door.
And then he said, "Okay,
waiting for
bye."
us."
Yes.
No, he's waiting for us. We were just coming in. We were just coming in.
Yeah.
And he looked at you and he said your name, and then he was jumping up and down because he saw me. There, I just can't. And he screamed.
And
Lauren thinks it's hilarious.
Pause with her. She must have not told him you were coming with her.
She said, "I told you he was coming," and but he just he's got my that poor kid probably could ask for anything, and it wouldn't be good for me. Both of them.
Yeah, you would have bought the whole buggy full of what I had in there, right? Before I cleaned it out.
It's clothes. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, it's just one thing from my childhood I'd like to get in a mail. Let's see. That meant something. A wiffle ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a wiffle ball, but just remember wiffle ball bat and a wiffle ball. That was something that meant a lot.
It was that all the kids were around because we lived in a neighborhood where there was a lot of kids until we moved to Claysville, and Mom and Dad were going to look at a house. And when they were driving through the neighborhood, there were kids in the street, and Dad said, let's not even look here. Well, that probably would have been the best place for their kids because it was more like where we came from, you know?
Yeah. So what was it that you'd like to have in the box?
I don't know.
Nothing? There's not one thing that, other than a bunch
Because I
of
miss
towels.
going to my grandma's house, too.
Yeah, that's a good point. The one thing that I would say that I've realized as I got older is I don't want to say not enjoying because I enjoyed every minute of it, but not appreciating what we were in the middle of. Like when we had our dinners at my grandfather, both my grandparents, they were both my grandparents were alive, and they were also, for the most part, for my first two children, they had their great grandparents. Nathan did for not very long, but most of them he had, and then Zachary, I think
Zachary had
one or no,
Zachary
he had
None
Sue,
and Mary, None
but
and
they were around. Yeah,
None and Pop-Up.
a lot of people don't even get their grandparents. They had their grandparents and their great grandparents.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is, going downstairs on Wilson Avenue in my grandfather's basement, and you'd walk down there. I remember bringing you first date. Well, not first date, but kind of the first.
I don't know.
Big. It was a holiday. It was Thanksgiving.
It was Thanksgiving.
And the big plate of spaghetti, but not just taking. Because as you're young, you think, we'll have lots of these, and then as people leave us, and it gets kind of smaller and smaller and smaller. It's just, I don't know. It's
not
as
the
you
same
get older,
for our kids at all as it was for us.
Right.
It's the same thing I remember going to my grandmother's Thanksgiving. She had a great big ping pong table downstairs that we set up for all the aunts and uncles and the cousins. And there were 9 to 12 kids running around,
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing like that. I mean, you got to appreciate the moment. Of course, it's easy to say it now, and young people just don't get it. That you just don't know how much time you have,
and like our kids
with your loved ones. You just don't know.
Our grandkids, they may not even have cousins their age, or they're having 1 or 2. Where we had 8, 9 within the 10 range. But 5 older than me and 5 younger than me. I had
Well, I was really close with my cousins because my mom had a twin, and then her other sister, and we had we have like 9
have
or
a
10
lot in the same
in the
age
family
group, yeah.
Very relatively close together. So it was a really big get together when we did get together, and it was just
that's how we were too.
It was my whole thing is, if you take something out of this whole podcast for today, if you know of someone, maybe you don't live in the same area, maybe you are away, your grandparents or your family lives away. If you could take 5 minutes, give them a call. You don't realize how much it means. If just a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how's it going? Here's what's going on. I know we're busy, and it's sad that we're that busy, that we can't take 5 minutes out of our time to see how they're doing. You okay? We don't check up on them. We don't, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad how we've become today. But I also say it's also sad in that a lot of people are busy. They are working 2 jobs, trying to, keep the house payment and the car payment and food on the table. And it's not easy. It's
the
tough.
Kids expect a cell phone that's, more
$1,000
expensive than mine. Yeah.
And then at some point you want them to have something in because you want them to have some type of communication.
Right.
We didn't worry about it back in the day. Today's different. It's just different.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a different way of life than it used to be. It seemed like it was just simple.
Yeah. We went out.
You get on your bike. Your brothers would get on their bike and just ride.
Oh, yeah. They rode all the way across town back to our neighborhood that we used to live in. To play with, to see kids. They rode downtown to the stores and stuff. Yeah, it was a total different world. We came home when the street lights went on in the summertime. we might be gone all day, and
Yeah.
we come home when the street lights came on.
One more. We're going to get on. We want to get to our dating requirements, and my computer's acting up. So I'm going to make sure I get this. So things parents miss most about life before having kids. This is according to a survey of newish parents. So we should ask Lauren and RJ. They've have a 2-year-old and now a 2. Well, at this point, it'll be
2
a
weeks
month old
yeah.
by the time this is
Aired.
So Saturday morning sleep-ins. I can understand that. You work all week. You miss that when you have kids because they're up usually around 6, 7, usually 7. A clean house. They miss that. Watching a show in complete peace. Leaving the house at a moment's notice without having to worry about a sitter. You would just pick up and go. Didn't even. That's how we're kind of like that now. That we're kind of empty nest. If we want to go, we just put on your holy sock, and you go.
Yeah.
Some other things parents miss most about life before children: spending money guilt-free. I don't know if I've ever really. I always feel guilty whenever I spend money. Having a shower or bath without being disturbed. This happened to me.
I used to do that when you came home. When
I
was
would
my
watch,
luxury.
Yeah, to get in the bath or
when that was my
Calgon,
luxury.
take me away.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, we had a rough day and they were fighting and this and that. So after dinner, I'd go run. Yeah, I'd run that. That was my luxury.
I was trying to take a shower while Fen was eating. 5 minutes is all I needed. And when he came flying in, opened the curtain, like, you don't want to see Grandpa already. You're only 2 years old. And so that didn't, he did go back out, but it was a quick shower. Going to the bathroom without being disturbed. So both things, taking a shower, bath, or just going to the bathroom, lock the door, but then they'll just bang on the door. And finally, things parents miss most about life before children: vacations, not dictated by the school calendar. Although a lot of people don't think about that anyway nowadays.
Oh, I know a lot of people go during the school year.
Okay, let's do our some weird dating requirements. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, number 1. This one was from someone that said their dating requirement is you have to at least appreciate frogs a little. Even if you dislike frogs, I'm not interested. So this person probably has some kind of questionnaire that involves frogs. What do you think about that, Terry?
That's weird.
This person's dating requirement: I have to catch them snoring at least once. If I don't, I will be sad because snoring is so cute. So, Terry, when I'm snoring in the middle of the night, would you find it cute?
Sometimes wakes me up and it's annoying sometimes.
So it's not cute. My snoring is not cute.
Especially when it's real loud and I can't go to sleep.
I don't understand this one. So I'm going to skip this one. You ready? This is another weird one. Another dating requirement: not having the same name as his sister or his mom. That was a turnoff. So he didn't want to date anybody that had the same name as his mom or his sister. That was a dating requirement.
Well, he didn't get to choose his name, so.
What do you mean?
I mean, you didn't choose your name. Your
No, but I'm
mom
saying I'm saying he doesn't want to date anybody that has the same name as his mom or his sister.
Oh, his mom.
So if, say, his mom's
sister.
name was Terry, he's not going to date you because your name is Terry.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, that's what this is. It's weird dating requirements. This one says, I will only take a man's last name if it comes before mine in alphabetical order. I'm very happy being at the front of the line with a C last name. Whatever that means. So
In other words, she wouldn't take your Frank's.
So if Frank's, or if my name was Zabalinsky, started with a Z, that's out. I'm not taking your last name.
Yeah.
Still marry you,
but you won't.
but I'm not taking the name. Although a lot of people are doing that now, right? They're not taking
the last name.
Which for a woman.
But then what's your kid's gonna be?
Well, that's a decision you guys have to make before you have kids, because I'm sure that's going to be contention on both sides.
Yes.
I could see it being a problem on either side if you're not going to take the name. But I also understand the pain in the butt it is for women to have to change everything. You know what I mean? That is a pain, don't you think?
There are a lot more women that are keeping their maiden names.
Right. If you eat all my pickles and put the empty jar back in the fridge, I'm breaking up with you. So don't eat this person's pickles and then put the jar back in the fridge. Another dating requirement.
Why don't you just buy a new jar of pickles? If I ate all the pickles,
well, no,
the
they
next
just
time
don't. I don't think they mind you eating the pickles.
Well,
they don't want you putting the empty jar back in the refrigerator.
Oh, well, I use pickle juice for macaroni salad.
Yes, so if you see pickle juice in our refrigerators, because Terry is using the pickle juice. Number 7, dating requirement, very weird. This is probably an unpopular one. No dogs. I don't like them, cannot live with them. It's just not going to work. Now, this is one
that you should have stood by.
That it's not a
requirement. My partner couldn't drink, you didn't want dogs. But guess what? I got one with our kids when we were little.
It's not a requirement, but
Ranger wasn't half bad. Now that you've met all these other dogs,
he's still a dog, but he was pretty mild compared to a lot of the. He didn't do a lot of the crazy stuff. I'm sure he did. I just have forgotten about it because it's been so long ago. But I am not I like dogs. I do like dogs, but I just don't want to live with a dog. That's all.
Well, you started letting Ranger out at 4 a.m. when you got up to go to work, and then he wanted to go out at 4 a.m. all the time.
I know. Another dating requirement. This is going to be an interesting one because a lot of people wear these a lot. No flip-flops on dudes. So this person definitely has a requirement that requires no flip-flops.
Just on guys.
I did say it on guys. Yeah, I did say guys. I don't know.
I wear flip-flops. If it was no flip-flops, I'd be out of there.
I'm a kind of a foot person anyway. So unless you got all them like crinkly up toes or whatever, then you might want to just wear shoes. Yeah. Another dating requirement's kind of weird. He should be as smart or smarter than I am. This person says it's a big turnoff than a guy who is noticeably dumber, and there's nothing hotter than a guy who is very intelligent or particularly intelligent. They have a picture of Joey from Friends because he wasn't the brightest bulb in the box, but he was a nice looking dude. He was good looking.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Well, yeah, he got the girls all the time.
How you doing? Another one, not sure how weird it is, but my rule is that I pay for myself every step of the way until we decide to become a couple. Then we can split the bills or take turns treating each other. If that is what we both choose, too many times I let a guy buy me dinner and it was somehow implied that I now owed him something. What do you think of that? So she pays
her own
right
dinner
off the bat and then pays for everything. And then when you get to be a couple, then you split everything.
So she pays for everything, or she just pays for her own?
Yeah, she pays for her own. Yes.
Until he says,
let's be a couple.
I want to be exclusive with you.
Then it's a couple thing and they still split it. So
I'll buy one time, you buy another time.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. I guess you could do it that way. Another weird dating requirement. I never swiped right on anyone with a fishing pic. So apparently they're doing a dating app. I love fishing, but if your main pic shows you holding a fish, then you're super basic to me. Every other dude is holding a fish in their profile, and I want something unique. What do you want him to hold?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, it is. Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a turn on? I'm swiping. Another weird dating ritual or requirement, being able to cook. Well, I'd lose. I mean, I don't. I probably could cook. I just don't want to. I do grill. Anyone my age should at least have one quick, easy meal in their repertoire. I get being lazy and ordering takeout, but for every meal, that's a huge red flag for this person. I understand what they're saying. You don't want to eat out all the time. You should have some type of meal that you would like. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, there should be something, that you'll eat if you, grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, should be able to cook some in.
Right. Another dating requirement, they have to like cats. I'm not a cat person.
No.
I'm more of a dog person than I'm a cat person. It's very close.
We've had cats too.
You're not here.
When I was
you're growing up. No horse people. This dating requirement is it's important. I'm too scared of horses. So no horses. This is stuff you're going to have to get out right the first date. You have to figure this stuff out.
Horseback riding, I ain't going. Yeah.
If you're like that Raymond.
But that's like a fear. Like, you know what I mean? Some people don't swim either, so they wouldn't.
Right. I have a pool and I don't swim. I mean, I get in the pool. Floater, I love it. So it's some of my best moments of just being in the pool, relaxing. But I was thinking about the frog thing. And the first thing that came to my mind was the Raymond episode where he falls in love with the frog lady. Mm-hmm. That was really good. So you have to know ahead of time that you like horses, you like frogs, you got to be able to cook. Another weird dating requirement, if you're not down with sharing food, it's not going to work out. A lot of people do like to share food.
Well, like our dessert was very rich and was nice that we shared it.
No picky eaters. It's okay if you're not a foodie, but I like to cook, and if you won't give my food a chance, it's not going to work out. I could see that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean...
just give me a chance. If you give it a chance.
A lot of people are picky eaters, but if they'll try it,
And finally, he can make more money. These are dating requirements that are kind of weird. He can make more money than I do. I know it's weird as a woman, but I hate dudes telling me I need to settle down and wear a moo-moo dresses. I want to live, be lively and free. Let me pay for your coffee, boo. So she wants to pay for some stuff, I guess. She doesn't care that you make more or less. She just wants to buy you a coffee. I'd let you buy me a coffee. I wouldn't care. A lot of people are a little like, if you make more or less than they get really upset. Sketchy about that. And last, I thought that was the last one. There's one more. This person says, I can't date anybody who uses the phrase, work hard, play hard.
Why not?
I don't know. What's the big deal? Work hard, play hard. Well, if you play too hard, you might not be able to go to work the next day. That could be a problem.
That's true.
Then you won't be able to make all that money you need to make.
To play hard.
To play hard. And that are some dating requirements that are kind of out there and weird. There's anyone that was particularly weirder than the other than the dog thing? There are a lot. I mean,
the people that love their dogs, though, love their dogs. I mean.
Yeah, that's... Some people love their dogs more than people. We talked about that last week. Mm-hmm. They'd rather have people or animals than people. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I see their point to a certain extent. So that's it, Tara. We got through another one. Can't tell that we just winged it. Huh? No way you'd be able to tell that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe every Monday. We have a new episode. So subscribe, and don't forget to share those little snippets that we send out there. Those little, I can't call them a sweeper. It's different in radio but we try to bring out some things in the podcast and share it with your friends. Maybe they'll give us a listen. Who knows? I'm on one of those moments. I saw our downloads, and it's just I just wish it would.
Raise up
But
a
it's
little bit.
tough. I mean, we're not talking about anything that's
We have to get a really good one again.
yeah, we'll have to find something.
I really think I like the taste test and stuff.
Well, that's what we need to do then. We need to do more of that stuff. But we don't do it.
Well,
We got a
maybe
couple
I'll
weeks.
start
Why don't we do
investigating.
that?
maybe over Christmas we could do Christmas desserts or
Oh
something.
man. There goes our bellies we're gonna have to get our summer
So
body.
much for that. So
be
much for
gone.
that weight I want to lose.
Yeah, really. So don't forget to subscribe. Also send it out. We're on Facebook. We're also on Twitter, or X as it's known now. So it's Just Talking Out Loud, and you can get a hold of us that way. Also Spotify and Apple, you can also leave a message, especially about the service dogs.
That's it.
Is that what it is?
Service dogs.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I said before? And I said
I
it
don't
didn't
know.
sound right?
It didn't sound right, but it's a
Service animal,
dog.
service dog,
Animal. They call them service animals because they could be a comforting animal.
Yes,
It could be a
for comfort.
hamster or
Right.
something.
Could be an alligator. So whatever it is, it's comforting. So don't forget to follow us there. And you can also, let us know something at justtalkingoutloud@gmail.com. And we are out.
Have a happy fall. That didn't sound right.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.